After this, Jesus crossed to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. A large crowd followed him because they saw the signs he was performing on the sick. Then Jesus went up on the mountain and sat down with his disciples. The Jewish feast of the Passover was near. When Jesus looked up and saw a large crowd coming toward him, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy bread for these people to eat?" Philip answered, 200 denarii would not buy enough bread for each of them to have a small piece. Andrew said, "Here is a boy with 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish, but what difference will these make among so many?" Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." About 5,000 men sat down. Then Jesus took the loaves and the fish, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. When everyone was full, he said, "Gather the pieces that are left over, so that nothing will be wasted." They filled 12 baskets with the pieces of the 5 barley loaves. The people said, "Truly, this is the prophet who is to come into the world. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever." When evening came, his disciples got into a boat and started across the sea to Capernaum. A strong wind was blowing and the sea grew agitated. They saw Jesus walking on the sea and they were terrified, but Jesus spoke up, "It is I, do not be afraid." Then they took him into the boat, and at once the boat reached the shore. The next day the crowd found him and asked, "Rabbi, when did you get here?" Jesus replied, "You are looking for me because you ate the loaves and had your fill. Do not work for food that perishes, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. The work of God is this, to believe in the one he has sent." They said, "Our fathers ate the manna in the wilderness." Jesus answered, "It was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. Everyone the Father gives me will come to me, and the one who comes to me I will never drive away. For I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but to do the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose none of those he has given me, but raise them up at the last day. Everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I raise him up at the last day. Truly, truly, I tell you, he who believes has eternal life. I am the bread of life. The fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, yet they died. This is the bread that comes down from heaven, so that anyone may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. This bread, which I will give for the life of the world, is my flesh. Truly, truly, I tell you, unless you eat the flesh and drink the blood of the Son of Man, you have no life in you. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. Many of his disciples said, "This is a difficult teaching, who can accept it?" Jesus asked, "Does this offend you? The Spirit gives life, the flesh profits nothing. The words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life." From that time on, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. Jesus asked the 12, "Do you want to leave too?" Simon Peter replied, "Lord, to whom would we go? You have the words of eternal life. We believe and know that you are the Holy One of God." I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live